I've done a few of these consecrations over the years. The first one I did when I was bishop in Fall River, and I've done 3 or 4 here in the Archdiocese. It's a matter of a vocation in the church that has been restored, and it is a wonderful way of allowing people to give themselves more fully to God and to the service of God's people.
And is it a new thing that people haven't heard of?
Well, it was practiced in the first centuries of the church, and then for a long time sort of died out, and now has been formally reintroduced into the life of the church again in the last few years.
And this is something that men and women can do?
Well, men, we have what we call hermits, and in fact we just had a hermit make a consecration not too long ago here in the Archdiocese as well.
And sorry, the word is hermit?
Hermit, yes.
Okay, that has a connotation of you're off by yourself and not in society, but this seems the opposite.
It's not entirely that isolation, but it's a sort of a community of one in that sense of being a hermit, without the isolation. The consecrated virginity, of course, is sort of the origins of religious life in the early church. Out of this public consecration came the religious communities that eventually sprang up, where people not only lived the consecration individually, but then banded together and took on different ministries and rule of life.
Now, why would somebody choose to do this as opposed to becoming a nun or...
Well, it's a matter of vocation and calling. Not everyone is called to one particular way of life, but for some people who would not have the possibility or the interest in joining a religious order, or the inclination, may still want to consecrate their lives in a special way to prayer, to the service of the church, and to a special relationship with the Lord. And so this vocation is open to them in the church.
How do you feel now that the ceremony is done?
Joyful, extraordinarily joyful. I mean, it's still on. I mean, I still feel the joy. The same joy that I have before, and now it's after. It's the same. It's continuing.
When did you first hear about the concept of Consecrated Virgin?
2004.
And was it something you immediately wanted to do, or did you think about it for a long time?
It took me 2 years. It took me 2 years because I only started journeying for consecration in 2006. Because in 2004 I was still thinking I belong in a religious order, in a cloister.
Now, how do you decide one versus the other?
Okay. My decision was based on actually myself, what I see myself. How I see myself. Okay. A cloistered life is really 100% or 2,000% really total involvement because of your structure, of your environment. And then, I'm not saying that the consecrated virgin living in the world is not doing that, but you have a job, you have to support yourself. So, meaning to say, it's less, I don't want to use the word, but I have to use it, less structure. The horarium in the cloister is to be strictly observed. Meaning to say, 4:30 in the morning, you wake up. And, okay, in the life in the world, it depends on my schedule, my job schedule. I don't need to wake up 4:30 every morning, 365 days a year.
Right.
So, I mean, it is actually attuning to what I am in my human nature.
And what is your regular job?
Well, okay, I teach art, and I am involved with adult men who have mental retardation and mental health issues with harassment.
And you were a nun at one point when you were
Yes, I
younger.
was.
And now you changed your mind. Do you worry about something might change in your life and you'll change your mind? Or
Are you saying, are you asking if I would change again my mind?
right.
That was a question asked of me by Sister Marian, the delegate for religion, in the beginning of my journey. Because some consecrated virgin may tend to or incline to enter the religious order in the future, a religious order. But I don't know. But right now, my mind is fixed that I would like to remain a consecrated virgin living in the world. But it is possible that a consecrated virgin can enter religious life. It depends. I mean, I cannot tell my future, but what I know is consecrated virgin living in the world that I would like to do for the rest of my days. And I just had it. I said to Cardinal O'Malley that I will go until the end of my life. That is what I promised. I vow to